Want to bet? You can do it at Sports Interaction. It's Canada's sportsbook. It's football season. World Series just wrapped up.
My favorite.
Yeah, Steve, who knows so much about football. World Series did just wrap up, but we do have a lot of puck and a lot of NBA. You can bet pregame, you can bet live and play, or on one of the many prop bets made for Canadians by Canadians. Sports Interaction makes it easy to deposit, play, and cash out. So join now to see all that betting has to offer. Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. That's
sportsinteraction.com/SDPN.
You were faster.
Thank you for doing that, because he would have messed it up.
I wouldn't have. I know the read. You know what you forgot? Ontario only, 19 plus. Please play responsible. You guys both made fun of me.
7 days ago, as of this recording, the Leafs, you had just done your one taker.
I said it was over.
You said it was over. Now 3 big wins later, it's looking a lot different.
Of course.
We've seen this movie before. Like I've watched the show. This is a rerun, Leafs. I'm not like show up in April.
This is most shocking one.
I'm sorry. They went 15-2 after this last year. We did this.
Yeah, but that's unusual. That's not supposed to be an annual event.
Yeah, but that's what it has become. They start the slowest. They don't get up for any game early in the year. They're in California, the long road trip. They don't want to show up to Anaheim. No. And then Philly comes to town. Second night of a back-to-back. We're playing a goalie's played 7 games. I'm gonna get up for this game. I'm gonna do it. Boston's here. We're sleeping at home. They're coming into town. They have a bunch of issues. I'm gonna get up for this.
Yep.
Like Leafs, we've seen this. And I'm not impressed.
And then Carolina. Oh, you're not impressed.
I'm not impressed.
I thought you were using this.
No, this is the expectation.
This is not where I thought this was going.
This is the expectation. You didn't predict this exactly?
I thought you were using this opportunity to shit on me.
No, I saw this coming.
I think
we all saw this coming.
Right. So the question, though, question, because we all, the expectation was always that
they're going to get it together.
That this team is so talented. How could they not?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 big wins. And people will start to say, "Well, you overreacted." No, I don't think that was an overreaction.
You're not going to gaslight me into those wins being or losses, being acceptable.
And I think you can be forgiven if you look at this and go, "Wow, that's a really great start." But I'm not totally convinced yet. But I know
the Carolina win was extremely surprising.
It was.
Am I skipping ahead?
No, go ahead.
That I couldn't.
I mean, they had to play a game.
At the second period, I'm like, it's wild it's even tied.
Hold on. The context is, imagine if you're not a Leafs fan, how would you know? But the Leafs played a game at 7 o'clock in Toronto against Boston. It was really emotional right to the end, and they squeaked out a win with their backup goalie to the backup goalie in, because obviously Samsonov has to be injured too, because you just can't enjoy the Leafs ever.
They had to sign...
It has to be anxiety-inducing.
They had to sign a goalie from the American League. We haven't even gotten to that.
Petruzzelli.
Just so we could get on the flight.
Right, because they decided the team midway through his game with the Marlies. That's when they had to sign him.
And if I'm not mistaken, his first NHL game, he wasn't even on the bench with the Leafs, because in Carolina, don't you have to sit like way the hell away?
Yeah, you're across on the other side.
You're on the other side of the thing.
They showed a little picture of him
just by himself,
and he's just sitting there, being 6'6", and I assume terrified.
But what's really important here, guys, is that the Leafs played in Carolina 22 hours after the start of their previous game.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you're keeping real track, they started the next game 19 hours and a plane ride after they finished against the Bruins.
I saw this last year when the Toronto Maple Leafs went up against the New York Islanders, whooped their butt, then went on a 3-game West Coast road streak, beat all 3 California teams down, then went over to face the Colorado Avalanche back home. What did they do?
Well,
they won, Steve. They won. They killed them. Yeah. We saw this.
Yeah, because they didn't have a goalie.
Oh my God, the Leafs, they did something really impressive after shitting the bed for a week.
This is not where I thought you were going at all.
Steve, if anybody should know that this is how it's going to play out, it's you.
But
they do this.
I know, but like I try to here's what I'm doing wrong, Jesse. I got to just go with this. I gotta just go with my
your gut.
How's it looking these days?
My stick tap sweater. I am almost sub 220.
Hey.
So you guys stop laughing. But which after Halloween I think is very impressive. I gotta go with my gut, because I keep going by the numbers and the percentages, which is this doesn't happen. And this definitely doesn't happen every year. If they go 15-2 in November again, what the fuck?
Okay, but besides that, I want to know.
Sure.
This weekend is clearly what the Leafs are capable of. At their best,
yep.
This team is what they're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, will they be able to sustain that? Can they find that every week?
That's the
Only they
important
know.
thing.
Only they know.
We know this. We know this is what they can. We know you can come off 23 hours after beating Boston, defeat the Carolina Hurricanes, and then we know you can show up versus Anaheim and not show up after not showing up versus the Kings.
Yep.
So what are we going to get here?
They played some unbelievable, like they back checked. Like
Dude,
crazy.
The second goal that Tavares scored, the highlight
Which game?
Against he's off to a heater.
Oh, man, he's unbelievable.
Great question, Adam. Glad you asked. Carolina. The setup from Marner was unreal, and the finish from Tavares is he's really hard to stop right now. But I did a breakdown in the LFR. That play starts along the benches in the neutral zone. JT, the little thing king. Oh, I fucking love him. I just fucking love him. TJ Brody with the poke check. Tavares did something with his stick I've never seen before. I don't even know how to begin to describe it out loud. You'd have to watch it or see a screenshot or whatever. But he contorted himself, turns it over, intercepts it, starts the play with the kid. Robertson finds Marner. Marner partially loses it.
The Marner dipsy doodle.
Then he does a little dipsy doodle, sick little hook pass over to Tavares, who finishes it. Yes, it was a highlight reel goal, but it starts with the little things.
And let me say this. At the end of last year, John Tavares had 76 points in 79 games.
Bum!
And people said he was washed. And I remember saying, well, like, I don't understand where this is coming from. And I think it's because he's not the John
contract.
He was not the John Tavares that we're seeing this year and had seen in previous years. He was great, or he was very, very good, but he wasn't the great player that he came into Toronto with. But remember, he was coming off a traumatic head injury.
Yes, and knee.
And a shortened offseason.
Yep.
And so what you've seen now, what you're seeing with John Tavares is full offseason John Tavares.
15 points in 13 games, leads the team in points and goals.
And he's a monster.
Johnny T.
He embarrassed teams. Like he is walking around guys. It's that we did not see last year. We saw him making smart plays. We saw him making defensively responsible plays. We saw him setting up great plays and that sort of thing. But what I'm seeing is John Tavares going, I have the puck and I'm going to go score now. He didn't do that as much last year.
And I hate to make the comparison, but somewhat Sundin-esque in his ability to just bully two guys at once.
Well, he's strong.
Very strong as shit, man. John Tavares is strong as hell. And over a minute into a shift, obviously dog tired, William Nylander.
Best goal of the weekend.
Oh, that goal was that was a crazy goal.
IQ on 1,000,000.
Yeah.
Because, the line gets stuck in their own zone. That's not good. That weird line. I'm not sure I agree with it, but whatever, it worked.
What's the line?
It was Kerfoot, Matthews, Nylander.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, because the game kind of slowed to a crawl, a slug crawl, and then Keith's just like, okay, everybody different lines.
And Matthews goes, you know what? I'm just going to get the puck out of danger. And he goes to clear the thing for what probably would have been an icing. And Nylander, dog tired, goes, fuck it, and just throws up his stick, deflects down Matthews' clearing attempt, takes the thing himself. Slavin takes it. He grabs Slavin by the hockey pants and rips them over his head like a Simpsons cartoon. And Frederik Andersen is...
Well, he just flipped the puck by him and beat the defenseman.
Yes.
And then Frederik Andersen
shocking.
Is always good to let in a couple soft goals when his team's in a game, in a tight game.
Really dislike Freddie's tenure.
Man.
No, I miss him as the Leafs goalie because no goalie personified the Toronto Maple Leafs more than Frederik Andersen.
You
never knew what to expect.
He had lights out, unbelievable months.
Yes,
and then there'd be games.
Best goalie in the league for stretches. I'm serious.
Absolutely,
I'm serious.
But then he has a game like that where it's tight, and team lets a little like a butterfly shot at the net, and Freddie's like, I didn't see it.
He got out-dueled by Eric Shelgren.
Yeah, that Willie shot was a nothing shot. And absolutely, Freddie Andersen must have to always have that.
Must.
What did he do to your family?
Yeah, he's just, man, he's it's the joys of goaltending, man.
Answer the question.
Joys of goaltending. But you guys saw the play. Every time I talk about this, Freddie Anderson in the playoffs, people are like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then I send them the goals against stats from the Bruins series, and they go, okay,
Well, yes, the numbers, we saw them.
Watch the
They were
game.
they were shit.
we were there.
They were bad, man. They were bad.
I saw him in Boston and Toronto, same series.
I'm not saying he's not a good goalie. I'm not saying he can't win a cup. I'm just saying he does this, man. He does this.
There are focus farts.
There's no reason that game shouldn't have gone to overtime. Well, I suppose, like, okay, we talk about the second goal being friggin' disgusting. You know, it's 2-1. Carolina only scored one. Carolina didn't score at even strength
Right.
against that Leaf team. Second half of a back-to-back on the road. They're the road team, they're the fucking with travel is what I meant to say. They're on the road, less than 24 hours.
And they're at home
Third stringer in net.
in front of their crazy fans.
Yeah, but
Canes fans are great.
they have a lot of talent, and it shows up sometimes.
Man.
That's why we should just.
That's
be
why
kinda
it's frustrating.
Even keel here and be like, okay,
No,
what are
I'm
we?
frustrated when you don't play like that. You should play like that.
Yeah, but they did. Like, you know what I mean? I
But you
feel
can't
like
tell me not to get upset
Yep.
when they don't play like that.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree, but
I know what they're capable of, and so do you. So I'm going to be pissed when they don't.
I'm giving him the CC treatment, where I was very hard on CC all the time. So when he did good things, I was like, but look at the good thing.
The thing is good.